Hey there, Joy of the World friends and family. I am Joy, here to take an afternoon peek into what is going on around you. This is a quickie, otherwise known as Afternoon Delight. So it looks like here that someone needs to be honest, and I can't pick who that is for you, but I can tell you there is some mindfuggery going on. It's showing up as a state of where believing that if it's you, that you have good intentions. But the thing to understand here is to think that your intentions are good in this connection or this approaching impending relationship. And that can be business or otherwise. It's a connection, right? Then that puts the other person at a disadvantage in the mind's eye. If you're talking about the mind and the mental body operation, that if you're looking to see yours as good, then you're looking to see theirs as bad. That's how the seesaw has to play out. Okay, one is the abuser, one is the abused, one is the cheater, one is the cheated upon. So it begins to spin the wheel of fortune backwards. Now that's not to your benefit here, whoever that is. So the thing is to pull back from that energy, because as I can see from all these other cards, which all is 3, there's so many different levels of relationships. See, this person's at your feet, you're up above them, or vice versa, man, woman. It doesn't matter who you see yourself as. Here, there's a differential. Here, there's another differential. But the thing behind it all that I know is there is an effort for love here. So this can be a life partner type relationship that you are seeking or in, or energizing with. Now the thing is to pull back from that here or there energy, because then that creates rules. And in that, it was letting me know in the Black Pitman that it puts someone at a disadvantage. And that's not life. That's not playing games. That's being played, okay? That's so different than being playful, and that's not the energy that we're wanting to bring in here, that you're wanting to bring in here, should I say. You're wanting to be fair to yourself. So that's so interesting. Okay. So here's what's going on. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles showing up. Now I've had this deck for around a year. So just so you know how mixed this deck is, how many times it has been stirred up, but it's moving forward and it's skipping the 9 and the 10. The pleasure is being left out, the self-fulfillment satisfaction is being left out, and the collective satisfaction is being left out. So it seems to be absent of love and joy. But that's what happens when we step into conditions. If we step into conditions, rules begin to have to be assigned and played. And then therefore it's not living. It's being played in life. It's a game. It's life university. It's life lessons. It's karma. It's that type of thing. Now, what the Black Pitmen are showing me here under the Queen of Pentacles, and that's where someone is at the feet and someone is up in the chair staring into the mirror, looking for their mirror soul, their eternal soul, their eternal self, and cannot recognize the hospitality and love that's being shown here, irregardless that there's some humility going on, that type of thing. But we have the Ace of Diamonds, pretty interesting, the Ace of Pentacles, which is a true, genuine offer, but it's seen as 2 differing parties, not being seen as the same and all. That's very interesting, because look, it reiterates the energy of what's going on here. See the one above and the one below? The truck is above and here is below, about from 2 different places. All right. So I want to get, let's get, at the bottom, MV20. So there could be a bit of a log in the eye. But that would make sense when we're talking about roles being played, when we're talking, I see you right there. Don't be fooled. The Healer of Ages come in to sit over this reading, friend. And just so you know, your world being turned upside down, the 47, the Divine 11, the Mirror, the thinking woman, the thinking person. You couldn't see it if it was right in front of your face, because you're operating out of knowledge as opposed to truth. There is a difference. So this knowledge is the eyes of the heart. You're showing me that here what is going on is previous experiences are dictating the future. But I mean, blast that out of the water, friends, because I can tell you we left the era of Earth and we're now in the era of plasma. At least here at Joy of the World, we're in plasma and not just air. We're stepping into fulfilled promises, satisfaction, that type of thing, success, heaven on earth energy. But there is a possibility of here well, then there's a possibility of here being turned around. So some of you are already in the midst of this and kind of going in the roundabout type energy. So let's look in the center where Healer of the Ages wanted to position himself right here. Is taking the power into your own hands and connecting to yourself first and foremost. So you don't have to draw back from the relationship or anything, but you do have to draw into yourself. That inner realm is for you to connect from yourself to yourself, to begin to understand that you don't want to be right or wrong, you know, up or down, black or white, here or there, that type of energy. It's about being holistic, about being spherical, because Earth is not just a flat piece of paper. It is a globe or a sphere. It's holistic. And that's the energy that Healer of the Ages is trying to remind you of. And that gives you clarity of mind, brings you into the center of your chart, which is why we have an underlying sideline possibility here of the star, okay, of turning this back up. It's like channels that when they, or switches, anybody, electricity or things like that, there's switches that they're down or they're up, they're down or they're up. But allowing the flow to come on in is what he's suggesting here, the Healer of the Ages. Now with this card is the Knight of Pentacles. Now this is not someone who's slow in approach. This is someone who's slow to receive, because there is a second guessing going on, a shadow of doubt. All right. Now, what I'm feeling and picking up on is, if you're someone who picks up on shadows of doubt of, wait, let me see how this plays out type of thing, is you're someone who also tends to give the benefit of the doubt. Point is, doubt, knock it out. That's what Healer of the Ages is saying. That again is that seesaw logic mind energy that plays out about right or wrong. So it will always separate into teams and cause opposition, as opposed to complementary completion type energy connection. Okay, so the Five of Diamonds, interesting. Diamonds, Pentacles, reality, heaven on earth here, possibilities, but readjusting the mind's eye by pulling back to connect with thyself first. All right, so we have the Five of Pentacles coming in, but there's a bit of a mad dash, because there's some passion that's possibly going to be awakened in this. And I see it more as your stars and your truth. Like an ant mound being disturbed, it's going to begin to scatter. And out of fear, there could be a reaction as opposed to a response. So that's just underlined there. We're going to keep moving. Just unearthing some energies, friend. Eight of Pentacles coming in. This is someone that obviously desires connection and relationship, but there's a bit of reluctance going on to trust, to imbibe, to connect and allow it to bloom, blossom, and the fragrance to be spread forth. But it is obvious that there's a notion of it there, a desire for it, but needing to take the proper steps to open up, to be vulnerable. And under that, we have the Four of Cups, or the Four of Hearts, coming on in. Okay, this is coming in inverted, as we could see, but it's showing that there's a reluctance to notice what is going on. It's easier to be aloof, to be the chased as opposed to the chaser. That's the fear there. But again, we're unearthing these imbalanced mindsets, these old logic mindsets, these things that come from division in the first place. So that's all it will end up in, because the adjustment moving into the era of plasma is the energy, the wavelength in which things are being processed. It's here to make you whole, to bring you into wholeness, to bring you into balance, to remove all shadow of doubt, because there is no separation nor shadow of turning going on. But in this case, if you would turn around, instead of playing chaser, you would see that they're coming to connect. Man or woman, this doesn't matter, whoever this person is, they're coming to connect and do that. But you're seeing that you've made the offer of love going on here, and this person isn't bringing it. But let me tell you, especially if it's a man, men are very demonstrative. Not just all men, not that women can't be. I'm very demonstrative with my actions, but so is this person as well, trying to show you. No, they may not have the balloon and acting it all out in the typical ways, but it is very natural the way in which they're coming. That's all I've got to say there. So with that, I'm going to get us a card at the bottom. We have Archangel Ariel coming on in the 36 to bring a transformative change to the energies surrounding this whole thing. Thank you, Archangel Ariel, bringing in a strength of clarity, of trust, of trusting oneself is what I see showing up here. But this is the thing of the mind, trying to keep compartments, doors, escape hatches, that sort of thing, as opposed to leaving this containment, confinement, this logic mind, this closed opportunity, and stepping into the full light of day. So I would ask you to consider stepping into the full light of day, because that full light of day is you. See the radiance around the head here, and the healer of the ages coming down over the heart. That is the power and the connection that the healer's asking you to step into. But ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? It's not to do the work, it's to embrace love and joy. Whose love and joy? Your love and joy. When you embrace your love and joy and you celebrate who you are, all those boundaries, all those limitations, all those divisions melt away. The seesaw of life melts away, and you begin to live, you begin to enjoy, you begin to experience who you really are and all that you are afforded in this life. I love you. Check back in. Comments and compliments down below. Click that like button. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe. It is free. As always, hop on this joy train. Woo woo. I love you. Bye.